If it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? I wanna miss you. I just like you. I hope you do too.
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Nice background.
You know, like what else? What else are we gonna do?
Where are you located currently?
I'm in the Excelsior, San Francisco.
Has the lockdown impacted you at all creatively?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, let's just start with how have you been dealing with this quarantine?
How I'm handling it is that I'm feeling way better than I was before. Like the like couple of weeks leading up to it and the first week of shelter in place were very difficult.
As working as a music teacher, you're an independent contractor. Does that mean you can't file for unemployment?
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
So that's changed theoretically with this new law that just got passed, that huge stimulus bill, right? But no, otherwise not. That's the case. At least that's my understanding, and I would love to be proven wrong on that. I would love to have someone else come in and tell me exactly how it is, but all of the information and research I've done and people I've talked to have pointed at, no, that's not the case. On a personal level, it was very difficult, like work-wise, to kind of try to, I sort of unilaterally moved all of my music students to online only, but it wasn't only until after shelter in place was imposed upon the other place that I teach at that everyone else moved. So I moved my people online only earlier, and so that was stressful because I was sort of concerned about potentially losing income because just if my students all cancel, then I just don't have money, you know what I mean? And as an independent contractor in those situations, there is no unemployment. Now that Congress acted and has included like independent contractors and gig workers in that world, it seems like that it's still a question mark, right? How's it actually going to get implemented? Blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. I've had one person explicitly tell me that they wish they could keep going, but they lost their job. That's one person. I had another person tell me that they wanted to expand their lessons to being like a longer session than what they were currently doing, but then they said that they were laid off and that they're going to keep it at the same amount of time. So that's not like lost income, but it's lost income in the sense that we were planning on expanding the lesson time and like having a longer session and stuff like that, and then now they can't do that. So yeah, there's been loss in that way.
What are your intentions with these? Like, do you go into them with thinking of them as like mini concerts or more of like just like a jam sesh?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I've been looking at them as like little concerts, basically, like kind of like being on tour, sort of, but you're playing the same audience every night, or a similar audience every night at least. So I'm trying to look at it as like a way to play music and like to kind of like, because I wrote so many songs last year and in the beginning of this year that I'm looking at it as a way to like kind of feel out which one of those songs works and which ones don't, and like just like have the like live performance aspect. So like actually sitting down and playing a show essentially. So some days I go in with like a pretty clear set list. Sometimes I kind of go in with like generally it'd be nice to play some of these songs. And sometimes I just like press go live.
Is there anyone that you would consider live streaming with during this time?
Yeah, it's just technically not super possible as far as I understand because of lag times with audio. I have another friend of mine that pops into all the live streams, Chris there, and he and I have jammed a little bit on this thing called NinJam that's like a part of Reaper, and Reaper's like an audio application. And it like uses lag time in a way to like make it musical. So it basically just like leans into the fact that there is lag time and uses that to allow you to try to like make musical decisions based on it. And we jammed for like 2 hours on it, and it was like pretty dope. But yeah, as far as like live streaming with someone, it seems pretty complicated.
What kind of equipment do you have with you at home that you do these live streams with?
So I have my computer, obviously, is the key component here. So you have microphone, that's for vocals, that's going to go through there into audio interface. Audio interface is going to go into the computer. That's the short version of the story, right? YouTube has like a feature for like, it just says like, stream from your webcam, right? And so it just does that, right? Then I was like, well, somebody in the first couple of streams was telling me like, they couldn't hear my second microphone. And so one of the other microphones for the acoustic guitar, right? This is just for the acoustic guitar. They were like, oh, I can't hear that one. Okay. So then what I did was like, okay, well, I'm just going to forget about that. So I'm going to do one mic. And so with the one mic, I'm kind of like trying to like position myself to like get this to get the voice and to get like the guitar.
What are some of the activities you've been doing to stay occupied during this time?
I'm meditating a lot. I'm running every day-ish. Live streaming. And then I'm teaching, I teach a student load of about like 25 people a week-ish. So it's pretty full. Trying to go out for walks and stuff. And I'm really into making bagels. I've maintained my own sourdough culture for about like the past 3 years-ish or 4 that I like created myself, and it's super easy to do. You can do it too. But so I do sourdough, like, so everything I make, not everything, most things I make I do naturally leavened, so with the sourdough culture. So I make sourdough bagels.
My final question for you is, how do you feel about the release of your single, especially like during this time?
Yeah, it's like, it kind of just is, like I can't run the other experiment. Hey, like I wrote some songs that were important to me. I spent a lot of effort and energy in recording them, and I am pleased with the result. And so I've decided to put out some music, and so I'm putting out some music, and so that's just kind of it. And it turns out that that's happening during an unprecedented global pandemic that is causing a lot of pain and suffering for a lot of people. So, hopefully it can contribute to some sort of like emotional alleviation of any of that pain or feelings. The people I have been telling me, at least like the people that have been watching the streams, it's like, wow, it's so nice to not think about the news for an hour, and that kind of thing.
We're happy that you made it today. I'm happy that you're safe at home. I'm happy that you're sharing this moment with us. Wishing you health and safety. Thank you. Hey, there's an idea.